Hello, colors. Welcome back to Viva Pasta, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with our president, Joan Laporta, who in a recent interview talks Messi, Deco. He spoke about Xavi, Joao Felix, Cancelo, Pedri, Lewandowski, Barca finances. We are going to be discussing in depth of what the Barca Supremo had to say. Then moving on to the next story, we are going to discuss on the official jersey that we are going to wear at the Clasico, as Barca will wear a special Rolling Stones jersey for El Clasico against Madrid. So as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona president Joan Laporta spoke to Catalonia radio in an interview today to clarify his position after being charged with bribery in the Negreira case by investigating Judge Joaquin Aguirre. Laporta lashed out at the allegations, claiming that there was a hidden agenda behind the entire episode, driven by Madridismo in the power centers. Apart from discussing the Negreira case, the Barcelona president also spoke in detail about the club, the finances, and the squad, along with several other matters. On Messi and Camp Nou, Barcelona sporting director Deco confirmed in an interview recently that plans were already underway for Leo Messi to get a farewell match with Barca, possibly at the new Spotify Camp Nou. Elaborating on that matter, Laporta once again stated that Barca tried to sign Messi last summer but did not materialize. He said, "We proposed to Messi to come back at the beginning of this season. He made the decision and we understand and respect it. In Miami, he thinks he will be under less pressure," Laporta stated. "What we do have in mind is to find a moment to pay him a big tribute. It would be a great if it was for the opening of the Camp Nou." While on the matter, he also provided the tentative timeline for the completion of the new Camp Nou. He said, "If nothing happens, the Camp Nou will be finished in 2026. If everything goes well, we will be back in November 2024. It will also be an important date." Laporta also insisted that he hopes that Camp Nou can host the 2030 FIFA World Cup final, but admitted that authorities might lean towards the Santiago Bernabeu. "We have already asked the host that the 2030 World Cup, of course, we would like to host a final. I think we will host a semi-final," he said. "The final, I suppose the power centers will want it to be at the Bernabeu. We will ask for it because Camp Nou deserves it, but I don't know if we will make it. I would take a semi-final for sure." On Deco, Xavi and the squad, Laporta entrusted Deco with the club's sporting department this summer, with the former midfielder taking over as the sporting director at Barcelona. And the club president highlighted the synergy between Deco and Xavi as a good thing for the Catalans. He stated, "Deco has a very good understanding with Xavi. I am delighted with Xavi. He is leading the team in an extraordinary way." Outlining the objectives for the season, he added, "Our objectives are to win the league and try to win the Champions League." Deco is understood to be keen on prolonging the stays of both Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix at Barca, either by extending the loan deals or signing them permanently. And Laporta gave his affirmation to the plan. He said, "If they keep playing like this, we will have to make an effort to sign the Joaos, but it depends on what Deco says. I want the best players to stay. I like Joao Felix a lot. I always have," he said. Highlighting the overall quality of the Barca squad, Laporta said, "There are very competitive players in the Barca squad. We have a team that is much more highly valued on the market than when we arrived. Who doesn't like Pedri, Gavi, Bade, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Cancelo?" Now, on the finances, on Wednesday, Barcelona's economic vice president Eduard Romeo outlined the club's finances and the budget for the 2023-24 season, while also confirming that the club finished the 2022-23 season with a greater profit than initially anticipated. And Laporta further shed light on the thoughts processed behind the current budget. He said, "At this time, we presented a budget that consolidates us in the stability of the entity. We will present profits without the levers. We have already reduced debt, although it is not done overnight. The levers have allowed us to regain our leadership in the world of football and to make a profit. In all areas, we have obtained better figures than budgeted. In commercial, 351 million euros. We have made record figures in sponsorships and merchandising. We are working well and we have the strength of the Barca crest," he said. The former president also condemned the Barca president, not the former. He also condemned the actions of the RFEF head Luis Rubiales. He said, "We condemn Rubiales. Everyone expected him to resign and he changed his mind. I went out in the media and condemned all these, chauvinistic and abusive attitudes." Then moving on to the next story of discussion. FC Barcelona have officially confirmed an agreement with the legendary band and Rolling Stones, which will see the Catalans wear a special jersey depicting the group's logo for the upcoming El Clasico. FC Barca and Spotify have done it again. The jersey Barca will wear for El Clasico on the 28th of October will once again become an iconic garment that is set to grab worldwide attention. The tongue and lips logo of the Rolling Stones, that is a Mick Jagger, Kate Richards and Ronnie Wood, will replace the Spotify logo on the legendary FC Barcelona kit, putting the band that has played the iconic stages of the world on the global stages of El Clasico for the first time, the statement read. As part of the agreement with main shirt sponsor Spotify, Barca will be wearing shirts depicting logos and symbols of famous music artists. Barca have already done the jersey with OVO logo of internationally acclaimed rapper and singer Drake for the first El Clasico of the 2022-23 season in October last year. That was followed by a special edition kit sporting a logo of Spanish singer and songwriter Rosalia's album Motomami for the second El Clasico of last season in March earlier this year. The third such special edition will see the La Liga champions bear a logo representing the legendary British band and Rolling Stones for the El Clasico, which is set to take place on October 28th. Of course, the Catalan giants on Spotify wants to take advantage of the fact that the world release of the band's new Hackney's Diamonds album is scheduled for October 20, a week before the game. As had been the case with Drake and Rosalia jerseys, the Rolling Stones logo will feature at the front and center of the Barca shirt in place of Spotify logo. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.